had to start, I really had to start like self-limiting because the credit card company called me and was reporting fraud. It wasn't fraud, it was just me shopping too much. So I've really got to like dial it back. But this is where we're gonna go next. In colors, teal or black. I'm gonna have you look at the teal because the details are gonna be easier to see. Brand new, one order, showstopper piece. You're gonna feel like a powerhouse, but also like femme fatale in this thing. It is faux leather with all of this incredible micro ruffle detailing. And then of course, the top stitch details that almost give kind of a whip stitch. These star bursting stitches that create chest darts. It feels softer than real leather. And I have to say, it's a perfect way to kind of take us into the tail end of this show because it goes with everything else top-wise that we've shown you. And I just think it's flat out cool. So tell me what inspired this one.
So I specifically put a ruffle on this, and I specifically used this ruffle, not an overwhelming ruffle, because sometimes ruffles can be overwhelming, and they could be, you know, clown-like. This ruffle is chic. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, dainty ruffle, and it's also very unexpected on a leather jacket. So that's what I like to do. I like to have surprises on our collection, to surprise you with something unexpected. And a ruffle on a leather jacket is a very unexpected thing. It kind of makes it a little bit more feminine because leather jackets could be a little bit harsh. So this is like a feminine version of a leather jacket. And this is all over the runways right now, faux leather, the vegan leather. And our quality of this vegan leather is unbelievable. You can, when you bend your arms, it doesn't like get stiff and uncomfortable or bulky. It's very, very flattering on. Also, the stitches, those gorgeous stitches that are coming down like sunburst stitches. Again, it just flatters the shape of the body.
Oh my gosh, I think it is such a cool piece. I also think, yes, these faux leathers and vegan leathers are not only way more affordable, way more practical. Okay, are you sitting down? It's machine washable. Fully satin. Yeah, look at Talia. She's like that. So she's channeling our bohemian muse. So she's styled this in a very bohemian way. So walk us through that.
So yeah, so we've got the bohemian in the teal colorway. Again, a very feminine color in a leather jacket, which is so unexpected and so pretty. And I just think she looks absolutely stunning in that. Beautiful.
And then we're gonna see Jessica. Now Talia is wearing a size medium. Jessica is wearing a size extra large, and she is our modern muse. Take us through that.
Oh, she looks so stunning, Jessica. I love the way she wore the black twisted knot top underneath that. So yeah, she looks gorgeous. I love it in the black because again, you really see that ruffle there, and you're like, wait a second, that's like a biker jacket kind of like, but it's also like very feminine, very pretty. Mm-hmm. So it's really very beautiful.
And then I'm gonna put the black back on. It's really hard to make a choice here. I have to say it is incredibly soft and supple. It does not squeak, it doesn't smell. I'm just gonna put it out there because a lot of people are not entirely certain about faux leathers, and yet, you know, the likes of Stella McCartney and others are designing with faux leather as a choice, as an actual preference in high-end couture. So there's really something to be said for them. I just think the lines of it are so flattering. It's funny because it's giving me some faint Western vibes, but then immediately turns biker chic. And I think the cut of it is so flattering. And then for everyone's knowledge, these little hook closures, so that they kiss the placket together. Hang on, I can't really see where my little guy is. They kiss the placket together so that like there is absolutely no interruption in the eyes line. And I mean, you could treat this like a body double for your denim jacket. Like instead of grabbing that every day, grab this on the way out the door. So supple you can zhuzh up the arms. Just a dynamite piece, so special.
It's also not shiny. I don't like anything really shiny. And this really looks like leather. Like when they sent me the swatches, I could not believe that it was not even leather. It just blew my mind that this was vegan.
Some of the coolest pieces too, when I think about thrift shopping and vintage shopping, especially when you look back at, say, even the 1970s, some of the coolest vintage pieces are like throwback leather jackets. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because it's just almost impossible to capture that cool factor, that the uniqueness of those lines that they achieved back in that era. And yet somehow you did it, but you made it playful and you made it feel pretty. And leather jackets don't often have that softer side to them.
I love the element of surprise. You know, I love the feeling of, you know, something unexpected. Kind of like brings me back to my childhood, I guess. I don't know. But I really, really enjoy that. And I think that this leather jacket, or this, you know, vegan leather jacket, kind of brings all of that.
So I'm going to have you tell the story again for anyone tuning in late, because I also think this is a perfect item to do it with, because I too used to play in my grandma's closet and in my mom's closet, and I couldn't fit into the dresses. They were too long and big, but a jacket, a blazer, a cape was always like the drama piece I would grab for. Explain to everybody you growing up and playing in your grandma's closet and then going thrift shopping with her.
Sure. So first I want to start off by saying I grew up in a very loving, wonderful home. I do have a brother that has special needs. So I did spend a lot of time growing up at my grandmother's house. I also spent a lot of time in her closet. And in her closet, I would just find these beautiful kimonos and these sleek black tops. And she was also a tennis player. So she had these little tennis skirts. So I really believe this has been a very cathartic thing for me, designing the Muses Lounge. I really do believe that those muses actually came from my grandma's closet, becoming somebody else, and playing and having a good time with clothing. It was very creative for me, and I found that to be very healing. And who can't use a little healing today's day and age, you know, just to be creative and have a good time.
You know, I'm going to give everybody an update, but I remember recently when we were all talking just as a QVC family about, I wonder what fall fashion is going to look like now that we're all dressing so differently, in that our lives are so much more limited. And I thought to myself, yeah, but kind of like what you just said, Elizabeth, dress for the life you want, not necessarily the one right now you have. And in that regard, use clothing, and the Muses Lounge encourages us to really reinvent yourself every day of the week, and to become something that, at least for a few hours or a day, makes you feel like you've just sprouted an alter ego. Now, if you want the black, fewer than 300 to go around, that's it, no more. 400 teal, that's it. A year, this is all we've got. Before we wrap up our show, we might as well